Good morning, baseball fans, and welcome to the Irish Yard. Second game of Saturday's action involves the visiting team Hutchinson and the home team Albany. Let's meet the starters first for Hutchinson, the away team. Leading off, second baseman number 3, Braden McGill. Batting second, center fielder number 39, Brady Knorr. Batting third, the first baseman number 20, Sam Starkey. Batting fourth, the third baseman number 30, KK Starrett. Batting fifth, the shortstop number 4, Tate Renning. Batting sixth, the pitcher number 21, Andy Preve. Batting seventh, the catcher number 18, Nathan Rano. Batting eighth, the right fielder number 24, Kyle Schumann. And batting ninth, the left fielder number 12, MJ Flores. Now let's meet the starters for the home team. Lineup looks like this. Leading off, center fielder number 6, Zeke Austin. Batting second, the right fielder number 1, Carson Holthouse. Batting third, the third baseman number 11, Tanner Reese. Batting fourth, the catcher number 4, Devin Hansen. Batting fifth, the second baseman number 2, Jake Lauer. Batting sixth, the shortstop number 3, Carter Voss. Batting seventh, the left fielder number 7, Isaac Hutchinson. Batting eighth, the first baseman number 21, Ethan Borgarding. Batting ninth, the designated hitter number 13, Drew Cramlett. And pitching for Albany number 22, Jaden Schaefer. As we already did the anthem once, no need to do it again, so you can make your way back to the dugout and let's play some baseball.
Leading off for Hutchinson, the second baseman, number 3, Braden McGill.
And good morning, baseball fans. As part of Milroy Irish Entertainment here at the Irish Yard, we bring you the Marshall American Legion Baseball Tournament as we have the home team Albany taking on the visiting team Hutchinson. Second day of a 3-day baseball tournament as the first pitch is ball outside. Second pitch is high for ball 2. So quickly, 2 balls and no strikes to the batter, Braden McGill. Braden McGill looks at a pitch that's in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be Braden McGill, Brady Knorr, and Sam Starkey to bat here in the top of the first. As this pitch is in there for another called strike. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doing the pitching duties for Albany today, Jaden Schaefer, as he rocks and deals on the 2-2. Breaking ball, sails outside, runs it full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Brady Knorr on deck, get ready to bat here. Here comes the 3-2. That is low, so a leadoff walk for Braden McGill. Now we're going to have the center fielder, number 39, Braden Knorr, up to bat.
Now batting the center fielder, number 34, Brady Knorr.
So once again, Brady Knorr will be up to bat, playing center field for his squad today with a runner at first, nobody out. It's Jaden Schaefer Pitch is bunt right in front of home plate. Schaefer has it. Throw over to first. Not in time. It'll be a base hit. Runners at first and second early on here in this one. It's Brady Knorr with the speed, able to beat the throw out. Now we're going to have Sam Starkey up to bat.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Sam Starkey.
So Jaden Schaefer already in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the first. 2 on, nobody out. As the number 3 batter in the lineup steps in, Sam Starkey. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Schaefer. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0. That's high and tight. 2 balls. No strikes. So Schaefer has found the strike zone a couple times, but already in a couple batters here. Fallen behind in the count already with 1 walk batter. And that one's inside, so that'll run it to 3 balls and no strikes. KK Starrett on deck. Finds the inside part of the zone, 3-1. So now Sam Starkey ready to hit here with the 3 balls, 1 strike count. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The pitch, grounded foul, left side. That'll run it full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sam Starkey, foot out of the box, looks down the third base line. Now he steps back in. Schaefer gets set. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that is the first out of the inning. So now we're going to have the third baseman, number 30, KK Starrett, up to bat.
They'll bring up the third baseman, number 30, KK Starrett.
So KK Starrett, cleanup hitter, with a couple of runners on, trying to come up clutch early on in this one. Schaefer gets set, checks the runner at second. The pitch, just a little low, ball 1. Thought he caught it at the knees. Umpire decides otherwise. Here's a line shot right back up the gut. That'll make it out to center field. And because the lead runner, Braden McGill, wasn't sure if the second baseman was going to be there for the catch, kind of halted between second and third, so it'll be bases loaded, 1 out, and the batter will be Tate Renning. So a big spot for the number 5 hitter, Tate Renning, playing shortstop today for his squad. Here's the pitch, and it hits him right in the back. So the old RBI hit by pitch for Tate Renning. That'll bring Braden McGill in. Bases remain loaded. 1 down here in the top of the first, 1 run across, and we got the pitcher, number 21, Andy Preve, up to bat.
Now batting the pitcher, number 21, Andy Preve.
So Andy Preve trying to help his own cause here in the top of the first, already with 1 run across. The pitch, just off the plate, ball 1. It's now about damage control for Schaefer as this one is low and away. Falling behind again, 2 balls, no strikes. On deck for Hutchinson is the catcher, Nathan Rano. The 2-0. Fouled straight back, 2-1. Brady Knorr is at third. KK Starrett at second. Tate Renning at first. This one is fouled into the netting again. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schaefer with a long look in. Finally gets set. And that's low. So another full count here in the top of the first. I don't have a pitch count, but he is up there already in this one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. The pitch. Grounded right side, and that'll sneak in between the first baseman and second baseman. 1 run will score, and taking a big turnaround third is KK Sterrett, but he'll hold up there. Another run is across. It's an RBI single for Andy Preve, and we'll see the catcher up to bat, Nathan Rano.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 18, Nathan Rano.
So it's pretty solid hit ball towards the right side of the infield. Sneaks through, scores 1 run. It's 2-0. And the pitch to Rano is high and outside, ball 1. Hutchinson trying to bat around here in the top frame of the first inning. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Evens it back up. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one is hit hard right side, but foul. And that'll force Carson Holthouse. Jog over to his left. Toss it back into the infield. Because believe it or not, we have just 1 baseball here at the facility. So if we lose that one, we're in trouble. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Swung on and missed. That's strike 3, out number 2. As Nathan Rano goes down. So now we're going to have the right fielder, number 24, Kyle Schumann, up to bat.
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Kyle Schumann.
So a couple strikeouts here in the top of the first for Jaden Schaefer, but it's also given up a couple hits and a couple runs. Also has walked a couple. First pitch is outside, ball 1. He's stuffing his stat sheet, but some of those stats aren't the numbers you want. The 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. The 2-0. That catches the strike zone, 2-1. Nice inside pitch by Jaden Schaefer. Right at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Schaefer gets set. He delivers. That's low, ball 3. The wind is gusting basically straight out to right field. So that may play a factor here in this one. As this pitch just inside, ball 4. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 12, MJ Flores. And we're going to have ourselves a meeting on the mound as Jaden Schaefer has walked in a couple. So they're going to chat things over. We'll be back in a second. So the meeting on the mound is complete. Jaden Schaefer will stay out there, try and get this final out here in the top of the first with hopefully 3 runners left on base. As the bases remain loaded, MJ Flores, another right-handed batter, steps in. From the windup, he deals. That's at the knees on the outside corner, strike 1. So I notice he is working from the windup now instead of the stretch. And he gets first pitch, strike. Second pitch, swinging strike. So there we go. It was just that simple. Just go from the stretch to the windup and you'll be good to go. Here's the 0-2 from Schaefer. Nice waist pitch outside, 1-2. The pitch. Called strike 3 right at the knees. MJ Flores not a fan of the call. He'll walk back to the first base dugout as that is out number 3. But Hutchinson does plate 3 runs in the top of the first. Due up for Albany in the bottom of the first. It'll be Zeke Austin, Carson Holthouse, and Tanner Reese.
For Hutchinson in the top of the first, they put 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. Fans, just another quick reminder, if you have friends or family at home that cannot attend today's game, we are streaming this game live. If you look on the video board out there in Redfield, milroyirish.com/live. Your friends and family can watch the game right from their living room on their couch. Keep up to date with your boys out here.
Doing the pitching duties today for Hutchinson, Andy Preve, as he's all done with his warm-ups. Across the infield at third base is KK Starrett, shortstop Tate Renning, second base Braden McGill, and at first base Sam Starkey. In the outfield left to right, MJ Flores. In center field, Brady Noren. Out and right, Kyle Schumann. And doing the catching duties is Nathan Ranow. As the first pitch from Preve is right at the knees, down the middle of the plate. Called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Andy Preve working quickly. That's outside. 1-1. So it'll be Zeke Austin, Carson Holthouse, and Tanner Reese to bat here in the bottom frame of the first. Already 3 runs across for Hutchinson. The pitch. This is grounded left side. Shortstop has it. Throw over to first in time for out number 1. Nice strong throw by Tate Renning over to first to record out number 1. And Carson Holthouse will be up to bat.
They'll bring up the right fielder, number 1, Carson Holthouse.
So the leadoff batter, Zeke Austin, grounds out, and the right fielder, Carson Holthouse, steps in. Right-handed batter, ready for the pitch from Andy Preve. Swings right through it, no balls, 1 strike. The pitch. This one is lifted into the air, right side near the foul line. Right fielder ranging to his left, runs into the fence, holds onto the ball. That is out number 2. Nice play by Kyle Schumann out and right. He's a little shaken up. Looks like he'll be just fine as he puts his cap back on.
Now batting the third base, number 11, Tanner Reese.
As Carson Holthouse hit it to the right part of the field with this wind blowing directly out into right, as that ball did carry pretty far. But a nice job by Kyle Schumann to track that one down. 2 down here in the bottom half of the first, and Tanner Reese steps in. This is lined out, 1 hop to the second baseman, toss over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first, as the score remains 3-0. We'll be back in just a bit for the top half of the second. I'd like to know some folks' opinions before we get into the top half of the second. Is it Albany or Albany? Al, like Al Bundy? Or All, like Paul Bunyan? Albany, Albany. Please let us know. Or is it like a tomato, tomato, potato, potato kind of thing? As everybody had a plate appearance, they're in the first frame for Hutchinson, so it'll be back to the leadoff hitter, second baseman number 3, Braden McGill.
Leading off for Hutchinson in the top of the second. The second baseman number 3, Braden McGill.
So Braden McGill walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score. It's Jaden Schaefer out here for the second. Drops in a first pitch called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Hutchinson with a nice 3 spot in the top half of the first, looking to add to that total here as this pitch just off the plate, evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, and that drills him right in the back, tosses the bat, and Braden McGill will trot down to first. Lead runner on once again, as we'll have the center fielder number 39, Brady Knorr, up to bat.
That'll bring up the center fielder number 39, Brady Knorr.
So Braden McGill has been up to bat twice, walked in the first plate appearance, gets beamed in the second, and Brady Knorr laced a single in his first at bat. Came around to score. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. No balls, 1 strike. On deck, Sam Starkey. In the hole, KK Starrett. Runner at first, nobody out. Schaefer gets set. That stays just up for ball 1. It's Brady Knorr. Steps out of the batter's box, now digs back in. The 1-1. That's low. Throw over to first. Back in time is the runner, Braden McGill. It was a pretty close play as that pitch was a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Schaefer gets set, takes a peek at the runner. The 2-1. Inside ball 3. So that's one early observation in this one. Jaden Schaefer needs to work on his control from the set position. Does just fine in the windup this time. He gets a swinging strike. Throw down to first. Now the runner going down to second. The throw is not in time. As Braden McGill able to beat out the throw, steals second. Runner in scoring position. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top half of the second. The 3-2. Fouled straight back. This one is laced out to right to the first baseman, gloves it for out number 1. So Brady Knorr hit it hard, but right at the first baseman. As Ethan Borgarding was there for out number 1. And now we'll have the first baseman, number 20, Sam Starkey.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 20, Sam Starkey.
So Braden McGill still the runner at second. 1 down now here in the top of the second. The pitch drills him right in the back. That's his 3rd hit batter right in the back.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 30, KK Starrett.
So that'll put 2 runners on now. First and second, 1 out. As the big man KK Starrett steps in, batting cleanup. Got a single in his first at bat, came around to score in the top of the first. Starrett takes the second, looks down to the 3rd baseline. Gets the sign, now steps back in. He hits it hard out to left field, lifted it just a little too high, which gives the left fielder time to camp under it to record out number 2. So 2 down.
Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Tate Renning.
Tate Renning up to bat. Got an RBI hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. First pitch just off the plate for ball 1. Sam Starkey, the runner at first. Braden McGill, the runner at second. 2 down here in the top half of the second. Hutchinson already with a 3-0 lead. The 1-0. This one is lifted foul, right side and out of play. On deck, Andy Preve. We've got an RBI single back in the first. Here's the 1-0. Grounded, left side, foul. One ball, 2 strikes. To the batter, Tate Renning. This one is grounded out to left towards the shortstop. Toss over to second. And an easy out for out number 3.
For Hutchinson on the top of the second, they played no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and they leave 2 men on the bases. Fans, as it is lunchtime, do not forget to check out Shenanigans, the on-site restaurant here at the Irish Yard. Go say hi to Peggy and the crew in there. They got burgers, brats, nachos, hot dogs, pop candy, and of course, buckets of ice cold beer. Go check them out. Say hi to Peggy and the crew. As always, we appreciate your support.
It'll be Devin Hansen, Jake Lauer, and Carter Voss due up to bat here in the bottom half of the second for Albany.
The catcher, number 4, Devin Hansen.
So the cleanup hitter will be up to bat here in the bottom half of the second as Albany went down 1-2-3 in their first time up to bat. As the pitcher, Andy Preve, from the windup delivers. First pitch. Just inside. Two and 0. That one finds the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Andy Preve did a solid job working quickly there in the bottom of the first. Trying to repeat that same performance here as this one right at the knees. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice pitch. Had a nice job by the batter to lay off that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Devin Hansen from Andy Preve. Gets the sign. Winds and deals. Swat and miss, strike 3. That is out number 1, and Jake Lauer will be up to bat.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Jake Lauer.
As we all know, Jake Lauer, distant nephew of Matt Lauer. No, I just made that up. First pitch in there for a called strike, right down the pipe. Here's the 0-1. Just a little low. Evens it up 1-1. Big crowd today. Paid attendance 33,223. Another pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one is swung on and missed. So a couple strikeouts for Andy Preve here in the bottom of the second, and Carter Voss will be up to bat.
Shortstop, number 3, Carter Voss.
So back-to-back Ks for Andy Preve, 2 down. And the number 6 hitter in the lineup, Carter Voss, steps in, another right-handed batter. First pitch in there, another called strike. Albany probably got to be ready to swing here as Andy Preve is finding the strike zone early and often. Here's the 0-1. In there again. Andy Preve working efficiently here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. The pitch. This one is chopped out to right. First baseman falls back and jumps up to record out number 3. So 1-2-3 once again for Albany. Through 2, score remains 3-0.
They go 3 up and 3 down. Leading off for Hutchinson in the top of the third. The pitcher, number 21, Andy Preve.
Right field, use the wind.
It'll be 6, 7, 8 in the batting lineup for Hutchinson. Andy Preve, Nathan Rano, and Kyle Schumann. So they lead this one 3-0 over Albany. As first pitch from Schaefer is off the plate for ball 1. And that one does hit the elbow of Andy Preve. So he'll trot down to first. That is the
catcher, number 18, Nathan Rano.
4th hit batter by Jaden Schaefer early on in this one. So Nathan Rano will be up to bat. Anytime you have more hit batters than innings pitched, you want to get that taken care of as soon as possible. 1 ball, no strikes. Jaden Schaefer from the stretch. A bunt, beautiful bunt, third base line. Throw over to first. No throw over to first, as it was a perfectly placed bunt, as we saw that yesterday here at the Irish Yard. Hutchinson very good at bunting the baseball down the third and first base lines. It'll be a base hit for Nathan Rano, and Kyle Schumann will be up to bat.
They'll bring up the right fielder, number 24, Kyle Schumann.
So Kyle Schumann with a couple of runners on, nobody out. Hutchinson already leading 3-0. The pitch from Schaefer. That's there in there for a called strike. So Schaefer with a first pitch strike to the batter Schumann, and he hits him. That's hit batter number 5, and I believe we're going to be seeing a pitching change soon. Some days you just don't have it, and it looks like that is the case for Jaden Schaefer here in this one. So it looks like we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. We'll be back in a moment.
Your attention, fans, now pitching for Albany, number 5, Ethan Meyer. Now batting for Hutchinson, the left fielder, number 12, MJ Flores.
So the number 9 batter up to bat with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the top half of the third as MJ Flores steps in. Struck out looking in his first at bat. This first pitch has to scoot him back a bit. 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is in there for a called strike. And this one is tapped up the first baseline, foul. Hutchinson not afraid to bunt in just about any situation, as they did put on a suicide squeeze last night here at the Irish Yard and pulled it off successfully. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, that's out number 1. We'll head back to the top of the order.
Now back to the top of the order will be second baseman, number 3, Braden McGill.
As you probably just heard there with the beautiful voice of Anthony Dolan, second baseman number 3, Braden McGill, up to bat. 1 down, bases juiced. The pitch. This one's lifted into the air right side near the first base dugout. First baseman ranging to his left near the dugout and is there for out number 2. Nice play by the first baseman, Ethan Borgarding. And now we're going to have Brady Knorr up to bat.
Now batting the center fielder, number 39, Brady Knorr.
Brady Knorr today, 1 for 2 with a single and a hard hit ball right to the first baseman in his last at bat in the second. As this pitch is just off the plate for ball 1. Ethan Meyer got set before the batter was back in the batter's box, so now we reset the 1-0. And that almost hit him. Brady Knorr, one of the few batters in the lineup that have not been hit by a pitch so far. The 2-0 in there for a called strike. Nice job by Ethan Meyer to battle back in this one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Try to keep all 3 runners stranded. The pitch. Line shot right back up the gut. Second baseman can't get to it. It'll roll into right center field. 1 run across, second run across, and it'll be runners at the corners, 2 down. And it's 5-0 Hutchinson. So it's a 2 RBI single for Brady Knorr, and Sam Starkey will be up to bat.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 20, Sam Starkey.
So Andy Preve and Nathan Rano come in to score. Kyle Schumann is at third, and Brady Knorr sitting at first. Runner going down to second. The throw sails into the outfield. That means the runner at third will score, and that will let Brady Knorr make it all the way up to third. As they do try and fire down to third, but he's back in safely. So another run across, that'll make it 6-0. As that pitch was a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at third, 6-0 Hutchinson. The pitch. This one is hit hard out into right. Right fielder for Albany ranging back. And he comes up with it for out number 3. But not before Hutchinson plates 3 more. It's 6-0 as we move to the bottom of the third. Albany due up. It'll be Isaac Hutchinson, Ethan Borgarding, and Drew Cramlett.
For Hutchinson, the top of the third, they played 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and they leave 1 man on bases. Due up for Albany, Hutchinson, Borgarding, Cramlett. Leading off for Albany, the left fielder, number 7, Isaac Hutchinson.
It'll be 7-8-9 due up to bat here in the bottom half of the third as Albany has failed to get the bats going. 1-2-3 in their first 2 attempts as first pitch swinging is Isaac Hutchinson. Can't connect, no balls, 1 strike. Andy Preve doing a solid job so far early on in this one. And a little check swing just low. Are they going to look down? No, they're not. 1-1. That finds the outside edge, 1-2. So Isaac Hutchinson, Ethan Borgarding, and Drew Cramlett due up here in the bottom half of the third, looking to get the bats going, down 6 runs early on in this one as that pitch is low, evens it up 2-2. The 2-2, fouled back. As Isaac Hutchinson steps out, takes a couple practice swings. Try and focus up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Grounded right side, second baseman. Rolls over to his left, toss over to first in time for out number 1. So Isaac Hutchinson grounds out to the second baseman. We'll have the first baseman, number 21, Ethan Borgarding.
Number 21, Ethan Borgarding.
Ethan Borgarding doing first base duties today for his squad. Right-handed batter steps in, swings at the first pitch. Little high cheese, can't connect. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1, grounded, right side, second baseman, gloves it again. That felt oddly similar to the last play. 4-3 on the putout, 2 down. And Drew Cramlett up to bat.
Batting the designated hitter, number 13, Drew Cramlett.
Drew Cramlett in the 9 spot in the batting order. DHing for the pitcher, now Ethan Meyer. Was originally Jaden Schaefer. As we'll try and find you Jaden Schaefer's pitching line as he finished with just 2 innings pitched. It's low, 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Preve. Swung out and missed, strike 3, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Hutchinson as it's 6-0 through 3.
For Albany in the bottom of the third, they go 3 up and 3 down. Due up for Hutchinson, KK Starrett, Tate Renning, and Andy Preve. Fans, another quick plug for the concession stand. It's lunchtime here. Go grab a cheeseburger and a pop. We do accept cash, checks, and we do accept credit cards if you're low on cash. We'll say hi to Peggy and the crew. As always, we appreciate your support. Leading off for Hutchinson, the third baseman, number 30, KK Starrett.
It'll be 4-5-6 for Hutchinson here in the top half of the fourth, already leading 6-0 over Albany. So KK Starrett, Tate Renning, Andy Preve due up. Andy Preve with a just about perfect 3 frames of pitching for his squad, as this one is grounded over to third, toss over to first in time for out number 1. So that is the first time today that Hutchinson has not had their leadoff batter reach. So nobody on, 1 out, and Tate Renning will be up to bat. Tate Renning today drove in a run by getting hit by a pitch in the first and grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. And he gets hit by another one.
Now batting the pitcher, number 21, Andy Preve.
So Tate Renning plunked for the second time today. Definitely not happy about that one. Makes his way down to first, and Andy Preve will step in. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Also was hit by a pitch, came around to score as he lifts this one foul and out of play, right side. 1 on, 1 out here in the top half of the fourth. As Hutchinson plated 3 runs in the first and 3 in the third. Toss over to first, back in time is the runner, Tate Renning. Ethan Meyer delivers. This one is hit hard out to left. Left fielder going back. Now he stops and loses it as it bounces right in front of him. That will go down as a base hit for Andy Preve, as the left fielder, Isaac Hutchinson, just lost it in the sky. And Nathan Rano will be up to bat. Nathan Rano today, 1 for 2, single, run scored, and a strikeout. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Ethan Meyer gets set, checks the runner at second. That's just low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. It's low and outside, gets away from the catcher, throw down to third, gets away from the third baseman, rolls into left field, and another run will score for Hutchinson. So a little passed ball and then an error leads to a run scored. Count is now 2 balls, no strikes. Runner is at second base, and Andy Preve. The pitch in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. To the batter, Nathan Rano. On deck is Kyle Schumann. And that one almost hit him. 3-1. The 3-1. Catches the inside part. Called strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full with a runner at second, 1 out. Top of the fourth, Hutchinson leading 7-0. The pitch is fouled into his foot. And for the fans at home, there is an 8-run rule after 5 innings, as these are 7-inning games. So if Hutchinson gets it up to an 8-run margin through 5, that will be the ball game. As there's another hit batter, as the runner Andy Preve will have to go back to second. So Nathan Rano gets hit by a pitch.
That'll bring up the right fielder, number 24, Kyle Schumann.
And Kyle Schumann will step in. He's 0 for 0 today with an RBI and a run scored. Was walked in the first. That plated 1 run, and then he was hit by a pitch in the third. came around to score. First pitch is low for ball one. Here's the 1-0 from Meyer. It's inside 2-0. On deck is MJ Flores. As this one's fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one is laced foul down the third baseline. That'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball left side. Third baseman gloves it. Throw over to second. Double play. 5-4-3 double play gets them out of the inning. That was a nice play by the Albany infield. As they do get out of this tricky situation, they do give up 1 run. It's 7-0 through 3.5 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for Albany. It'll be 1, 2, 3. Zeke Austin, Carson Holthouse, and Tanner Reese.
Do it for Albany, top of the order, Zeke Austin, Carson Holthouse, and Tanner Reese.
Center fielder number 6, Zeke Austin, will step in for Albany to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th.
Now back to center fielder number 6, Zeke Austin.
Andy Preve ready for his 4th inning of work. Pitch is inside for ball 1. Andy Preve so far has shut down this Albany offense. 1, 2, 3 through the first 3 frames. Swinging at that one, missing on that one is Zeke Austin. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So once again, it'll be Zeke Austin, Carson Holthouse, and Tanner Reese up to bat. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball is lifted high into the air, right side of the infield. First baseman camps under it and records out number 1. So Sam Starkey there for the out. Carson Holthouse will step in. Carson flew onto the right fielder in his first at bat. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch is lifted out to right, but foul and out of play. Lands right on top of the batting cage net. And that guy is going to chase it down, and he might struggle to find it, because I think it's still sitting up there. As the 0-1 is bunted up the first baseline, throw over to first in time for out number 2. 1-3 on the putout, as Carson Holthouse tried to bunt to himself on board, but instead we'll have Tanner Reese up to bat with 2 outs, nobody on. Tanner Reese grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat. Andy Preve fires another one in there, called strike. Andy Preve doing a very solid job here in this one, getting that first pitch in there for a strike. Working ahead of the batter. Here's the 0-1. This one is hit hard but foul, missed the netting. So no balls, 2 strikes to the batter Tanner Reese, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning, as Andy Preve has just been shutting them down. The 0-2 from Preve. Breaking ball, foul tipped, catcher could not hold on, so the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. It's a funny little moment there between Nathan Rano and Andy Preve. They both kind of laughed at that one. Here's the 0-2. Lined out to the second baseman. A little jump up in the air. And Brady McGill is there for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 for this Albany offense. Through 4, score remains 7-0.
In the bottom of the 4th, they go 3 up and 3 down. Do it for Hutch. MJ Flores, Braden McGill, and Brady Knorr. Leading off for Hutch, the left fielder, number 12, MJ Flores.
So MJ Flores will step in, leading things off here in the top of the 5th. 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts, swinging and looking as he swings at the first pitch, lifts it in the air, center field, he's running in. A little sliding grab for out number 1. Nice play by the center fielder, Zeke Austin, to come up with that one. Back to the top of the order with the second baseman, number 3, Braden McGill.
Second baseman, number 3, Braden McGill.
So 1 out, nobody on. Braden McGill looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike. Braden McGill 0 for 1 today. Walk, hit by a pitch, and he fouled out to the first baseman. So that pitch is just low, evens it up 1-1. Braden McGill in that first inning walked and scored. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning, stole a base, was stranded at second, and fouled out in the third inning for out number 2. Third pitch in this at-bat is in there for a called strike, as Ethan Meyer gets ahead of the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a long look in, now he deals. Whoops, just a bit inside. I'm sorry, I thought you were a left-handed batter. This one is lined right back at the pitcher. Maybe a little bit of revenge as it bounces off of his foot, but it goes right to the first baseman, who steps on the bag for out number 2. Hopefully the pitcher, Ethan Meyer's okay. He is okay. Tells everybody so. So that'll technically go down as a 1-3 put out for out number 2. And the batter will be Brady Knorr. So a nice little assist there by Ethan Meyer. Kick it right over to the first baseman, who can just step on the bag. This pitch is low for ball 1. If Hutchinson were to score another run here in this frame and then shut out Albany in the bottom of the 5th, that would be ball game via the 8-run rule. But as it stands right now, we are 1 run shy of that margin. Brady Knorr 2 for 3 today, as this pitch is low for ball 3. Brady Knorr with a couple singles, a couple RBIs, and a run scored, and this pitch gets away from the catcher. It'll be a walk for Brady Knorr. As the ball does get away from the catcher, he'll round first, but he'll stay put there.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Sam Starkey.
So Hutchinson trying to keep this inning going with 2 outs, runner at first as Sam Starkey steps in. Sam today 0 for 2, strikeout. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, and he flew out to the right fielder back in the 3rd for out number 3. Runner is going, grounded over to 3rd, gets by the 3rd baseman, rolls into left field. That will allow Brady Knorr to reach 3rd base. He's going to head all the way home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It'll be an RBI single for Sam Starkey. And there we have the 8-run margin that is needed for the mercy rule. But Hutchinson is not done yet with a runner at 2nd, 2 down, and KK Starrett will step in.
KK Starrett.
KK today 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. As the first pitch skips over the plate for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. It's just a little low, 2-0. Sam Starkey, the runner at 2nd. The pitch, lined right back to the pitcher, and it's caught. Ethan Meyer was surprised, I think, that he caught it himself. So that's an L1, lines out to the pitcher for out number 3. Hutchinson does plate 1 more run as it is now 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back after this.
Do it for Albany, Devin Hansen, Jake Lauer, and Carter Voss. They'll bring up the catcher, number 4, Devin Hansen.
So it'll be Devin Hansen, Jake Lauer, and Carter Voss due up. Last chance for Albany as they find themselves down 8-0. As the first pitch from Andy Preve is high for ball 1. As Andy Preve has done a solid job, but we will go no further than that. As this pitch is low and away for ball 2. And a reminder, there is an 8-run mercy rule through 5 innings. So count is now 3 balls and no strikes. Andy Preve has not walked a batter so far today. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Andy Preve. And that will break up the perfect game now that we can talk about it.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Jake Lauer.
So Jake Lauer steps in, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch is in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Albany needs to score 1 run to keep this game alive. The pitch. This one is lifted out to left. Left fielder goes back a second. Now he comes in and he slides, makes the play for out number 1. Nice job by the left fielder for Hutchinson, MJ Flores.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Carter Voss.
As he had to make a late adjustment there, came back in, slid, and recorded out number 1. Carter Voss looks at a pitch outside of the zone for ball 1, 1-0. They check the runner at first, back in safely. Andy Preve working from the stretch, checks the runner and deals. That's high and tight, ball 2. So Andy, after finding the strike zone early and often throughout this game, has fallen behind a couple batters here in the bottom half of the 5th. The 2-0. This one is grounded foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. If Carter Voss avoids the double play, Isaac Hutchinson will be up to bat. The 2-1. He hits it out in the air, out to right center. Center fielder is there. He was playing very shallow, in perfect position to record out number 2.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Isaac Hutchinson.
So Brady Knorr, following his scouting report, knew exactly where that ball was going to be hit out to, and records out number 2. And Albany down to their final out. As Isaac Hutchinson steps in, swings at the first pitch, big cut. No contact though, no balls, 1 strike. This one is foul tipped, catcher holds on, no balls, 2 strikes. So now down to their final strike. Isaac Hutchinson, the left-handed batter, ready for the right-handed pitch from Andy Preve. Grounds it right side. Glove by the first baseman, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3, and that is the ball game. As Hutchinson defeats Albany 8-0 through 5 innings. Thanks for tuning into this game, as we'll have another game coming up here shortly at the Irish Yard.
Fans, we want to thank you for coming out to Irish Yard for game number 2 here today, and being in the Legion Whitback tournament this weekend. Don't forget to get these Hungry Boys burger on the way out. We do appreciate your support, and drive safely. Thank you.